Hi, do you like turning DIY disasters into DIY diamonds and also DIY gold? Then you're gonna love today's episode. Wow, how light can I look? Friends, welcome back to Laugh Cry DIY. We are in an entirely new secret location because I am working on a secret makeover. And to start today, we are dealing with a furniture flipping disaster. Mistake. Common problem. Today, we are flipping a few pieces of furniture that had previously been DIY'd. If you've ever messed up a DIY project or not used the right product, don't feel bad. Today is going to be our redemption story. So let me introduce you to the stars of today's show. Friends, let me introduce you to Donna and Diane. These sweet little nightstands have been through the ringer. The owner had tried to do a little simple like whitewash with paint on these, but the problem is that it's chipping off. So today we're gonna revive and rehab them and get these two ladies back on the dance floor. Although step one is usually cleaning, today we just need to start by deconstructing these guys. Ta-da! Oh, baby. And that is everything. Step one, you know the drill. We're wiping it down. And yes, I have to admit, I have actually been deceiving you guys this whole time because in this project, I'm not just doing nightstands, I'm actually doing a bed. It doesn't look as cute for the thumbnail of the video, so it's like very complicated. So for the purposes of this, we're just gonna focus on the nightstands, but I'm doing all the same steps on the bed. Alrighty, next step, if you know me, if you know the drill, we're sanding. If you're not sure how much to sand, basically you want to get off any gloss and you want to be able to see your sand marks. I feel like it's important to say that because when I started doing furniture, people were like, just sand, and I'd be like, define sand, define grit, define scuff. And we're wiping down. We're doing a somewhat similar design that we did on the console table flip I did. Click here. This is that type of four-legged, metal furniture that is true hell. True hell to sand, but you gotta do it. Ooh, baby, it's my favorite time of every video, and it is spray paint time. We're doing the Rustoleum metallic paint and primer in one in pure gold. And we're actually gonna test an interesting thing. I once heard that if you want your gold to really pop, paint it with a black primer, and it'll really shine. So it'll be interesting to see if that is true. Oh hey, we are back. New day, old garage. We have moved the nightstands into the garage along with the bed, and we are going to do some sanding. And to do that, we are going to use my beautiful sander. This is 120 grit, it's a fine grain sandpaper, and our goal is to sand off the existing paint and scuff it up just enough to apply the new paint. And as always, when you're doing a lot of sanding, safety first. Cool. You know we love a moment of hell on this channel. Now, this is the only piece this happened on, but we did run off right into the particle board on some of this. This did not happen in the sanding process, but there's this little chunk out of the side here. So we're just gonna add some wood filler there just to fill it in and then sand that down. I love how I sanded an entire bed down. Didn't hit the particle board at all, but hey, some nightstands just want more attention than others. All right, everything has been sanded. And you guys know when I get tired and I just like run out of energy, I decide to call my sister to make her help me with things. So everyone say hi to Ingrid. She's here to be my wipe down assistant. Cheers. So we are just taking clear water and damp rags and we're just wiping all the sanding dust off. And I invented a really clever way to do it. Look at her go! Look at all the dust. And I did previously spray paint the legs and everything. I did violate my own rule and I spray painted these on a plastic drop cloth, and wind was coming up and a piece of the plastic stuck to it. So see what happens when that happens, these little like divots. So I'm just gonna finally sand those points off. When you're working with spray paint and if you get a little bit of sagging or something, don't try to like wipe things off or like wipe the paint drip off. Just wait and then just do a fine sand and redo it and it'll be fine. Sometimes I feel like a spray paint whisperer, like I have to like close my eyes and run my hand along the edge to like feel the texture. We are also going to give these handles a makeover, and I am just scuffing them up, same thing, getting that gloss off, and you will be shocked to find out what color we're painting them. You know it's gold. And now, before we start painting, we're gonna this out. And we're setting up to paint. Pro tip, if you have little risers, that's always very helpful. That way you can get around the edges of things without it like sticking to the drop cloth. Or as Ingrid has found, old plastic planter lids. Now, while Ingrid gives these one last wipe down, I'm about to show you our color for today. She is iconic, she is beautiful, she is the mother I never had. She is Blueberry Surprise by PPG Paints. Rich, gorgeous, blue, elegant. Oh my God. This is actually a PPG paint color in a Behr chalk paint formula. And that is because at the store, they can just color match any color you want, even if it's another company's paint color. I'm sure that's very upsetting to many capitalists. Now this is a chalk paint formulation. That's not chalkboard paint, it is chalk paint. It is made for furniture, like IKEA furniture that is oftentimes like laminate, it's not real wood. Per the manufacturer's directions, it does not need a primer. And since this is gonna go in a low use room, this should be fine. And as in all painting, it's better to do a bunch of light coats than to do one thick globby coat. But the biggest pro tip I have heard, wet your paintbrush. You can even spritz the piece, and when you do that, as you will see, it goes on so beautifully, so cleanly, so thinly, and let me just show you what we're talking about. Oh my God. And you can do some light sanding in between, but that's a genius way to keep a smooth finish. Now, Ingrid, are you ready? Yeah. Time lapse in 3, 2, 1. It's been 2 hours. New lighting, new sweatshirts, new clothes. Are we gonna get paint on them? Who knows? Alrighty, new day, things are dry, and now it's time to coat it with a sealer. Pro tip is to tint your sealer the color of your paint. That way, it blends in and you don't get like cloudiness or weird stuff. Alrighty, a couple of coats of sealer and we are ready to get these legs back on. And last thing, we're getting these handles on. So I think it's time for your big reveal. Well friends, that was today's episode. You may notice that these were not really styled in my glamour shot, and that is because they are going in a very special room makeover next week, so come back to see them in their full glory. And until next time, stay painting.